Sixth grade, lesson 1-4, order of operations. This is a really important one. It will be useful to you the whole rest of your life, at least until you're done taking math classes for sure. Okay, a mathematical phrase that includes only numbers and operations is called a numerical expression. Numerical, you can kind of see the word number in there. It just has numbers in it, okay? And see how this is just numbers, no letters. To evaluate a numerical expression, you find its value. You can use the order of operations to evaluate a numerical expression. Okay, this order of operations is accepted by everyone in the world, that we do certain mathematical things in a certain order. And if you don't follow the order, you're probably going to get the wrong answer. So you're going to need to make sure that you get this. You need to put in your notes this or something from your book that looks like this, the order of operations. I'm going to talk about them for a minute, and then you pause the video to write them all down. So do everything with parentheses first. Then you do everything with exponents. And then multiplication and division in order from left to right. Multiplication does not come before division. You do multiplication and division in the order that they're presented from left to right. Same deal with this fourth one, addition and subtraction in order from left to right. Addition does not come before subtraction. They're at the same level in the order of operations. Now here's a little device for remembering that. When I was a kid, everybody remembered, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and then that stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. But remember, multiplication and division are together, and addition and subtraction are together. Today, I think most kids just really remember, PEMDAS. They probably don't really need please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Everybody seems to be able to remember just this to help you with the order of operations. If you haven't gotten this written down yet, please pause and write it in your notes. Okay, here are some examples for you to work. Okay, number one is the simplest type. Let's identify the operations that we have here. We have addition and we have multiplication. Multiplication comes first in the order of operations, so we must do that first. If you have not copied the problem yet, go ahead and do that. 10 plus 6 times 2. We do 6 times 2, which equals 12. And then we bring everything else down. Do not fail to bring everything else down. That's going to be very important in keeping everything straight. Then we'll have only one operation, which is addition, so we just go ahead and do that. 10 plus 12 is 22. So there's our answer. Would we have gotten a different answer if we had done the addition first? Yes, we would have. We'd have gotten 32, okay, and that would have been wrong. So it's super important that you take the steps in order. Okay, I think number 8 would be the next simplest one that we have here. How many operations do we have? We've got addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Which one comes first in the order of operations? That would be multiplication. So we're going to do that piece first. 5 times 10 is 50. Bring everything else down. 8 plus and minus 12. Don't do anything else before you bring all that stuff down. Now we have two operations left, addition and subtraction. We're supposed to do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. The addition is on the left, so we're going to do that one first. 8 plus 50 would be 58. Bring everything else down. Don't do another thing in that step. Now we're left with only one thing left, and 58 minus 12 would be 46. All right, now we're going to complicate things a little bit. The very first thing in the order of operations is parentheses, and we've got parentheses this time, so we're going to deal with that first. 20 minus 15 is 5. Now that you've dealt with it, you don't need the parentheses anymore. Bring everything else down. We still have two operations, multiplication and addition. Multiplication comes first in the order of operations, so we'll do that first. 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down the plus 1. Then do the 10 plus 1 is 11. Now, as these get more complicated, I know you probably have wanted to skip some steps up to this point, but as they get more complicated, it's very important that you do not skip steps. Let's go ahead and do number 6 since it's right here. We've got parentheses. 2 times 4 is 8, and parentheses 5 times 3 is 15. I will allow you to do those two things in the same step since they're completely separated from each other, do not affect each other at all. Bring down the plus 8 and the minus. Now we're left with addition and subtraction, which we will do in order from left to right. 8 plus 8 is 16. Bring down the minus 15, and 16 minus 15 is 1. All right, now we're getting into some real fun here. We're going to add some exponents in there as well. Number 9. We've got parentheses again, but what's in the parentheses is a little more complicated. So what you're going to do with that is treat the parentheses, don't cross this out like I'm doing, but treat the parentheses as if they are the entire problem. So if you have subtraction and an exponent, which one would you do first? You would do the exponent first. So I'm going to draw a straight down arrow. 7 squared is 7 times itself with 2 7s. Okay, so that's not 14, that's 49. Now we can't eliminate the parentheses yet because we still have stuff to do in there. So all we did was the 7 squared. Everything else gets copied. Make sure you copy everything else. Okay, we still have parentheses, but there's only one thing left to do in there. 50 minus 49 is 1. Bring everything else down. Now we have addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes first. 1 times 3 is 3. Bring down the 14 plus, and that's all there is to do. So that answer is 17. Let's do one more, number 4. It's got exponents and parentheses also. So we're going to do what's in the parentheses. There are two things to do. There's an exponent and there's addition, exponent comes first. 4 squared is 4 times 4. 2 multiplication with 4s, 2 of them, makes 16. Plus 6, we can't get rid of the parentheses yet because we didn't do everything in there. 16 plus 6 is 22, and 22 divided by 11 is 2.